Good morning. This is the Volunteer Voice. I'm Tracy Ballard from Anne Arundel Community College, and today I am very pleased to be joined by Peggy Bibbo. Peggy is an awesome volunteer with Happy Helpers for the Homeless. They're an organization in Glen Burnie, well, based in Glen Burnie. So, good morning, Peggy.
Hi, Teresa. Good morning.
So, tell us about your organization.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to talk about Happy Helpers for the Homeless. The organization is a registered nonprofit that provides food, clothing, toiletries, and perhaps most importantly, compassion to homeless men, women, and children. We have been serving the homeless of multiple counties and Baltimore City for more than
Oh, wow.
27 years. In fact, earlier this year, we celebrated making our 1 millionth sandwich for the homeless.
Wow.
It's exciting.
That is exciting. And I didn't know that you worked in such a large range, sort of across our local area. That's great.
It is wonderful that not only have we been able to cover that much area, but every single weekend for these 27 years, without fail, snowstorm, holiday, whatever, we have distributed food in some way to the homeless. And normally we have our headquarters, which is actually in Halethorpe. It's packed on weekends with volunteers of all ages. And we prepare close to 400 sandwiches. We pack boxes of supplies that are delivered to homeless teens, or we're preparing for special events. And then the volunteers normally distribute all the sandwiches and many other items to designated locations. In fact, sometimes some of us even go together to wooded areas to get the food to the homeless. And it's just been amazing that all of this is done through the countless hours of volunteer time and the donations from individuals, families, schools, churches, businesses, civic organizations, you name it.
You know, that's interesting. And I first became acquainted with you all when I started working at the community college. We have a lot of students who do their volunteer service hours for service learning with you all on the weekends. And the fact that you literally go to find folks in the woods, for me was just something that it just moved my heart. To think that you're literally going to go to where folks have a need, and the fact that you can get so many volunteers involved. So clearly, you all rely on volunteers, need volunteers to be successful. So talk with us about what you have upcoming, what kinds of volunteers you're recruiting right now, and what your needs are.
Great. We do love our volunteers through service learning and everywhere. As I'm sure you know, the challenges facing the homeless are daunting every day, but they have been magnified given the pandemic. And we've really had to adapt how we can best serve the homeless during the pandemic. And we are so grateful that people still are asking how they can help. Right now, we have volunteers distributing bag lunches as opposed to preparing sandwiches. We go to multiple outdoor locations on the weekends. In fact, we've actually had 30 new volunteers just since the pandemic began, and they're delivering dozens of outreach boxes every other weekend to teens and children's in crisis in 11 different towns.
Incredible.
It is.
30 new volunteers since the pandemic. Wow.
It's the level of selflessness and charity is extraordinary, and we couldn't do it without these wonderful people. And although the volunteering on site is limited right now, we do still need people to help. And volunteers for all activities, again, can be individuals or groups. It can be adults, teens, even children ages 6 and above, as long as they're accompanied by their parent or guardian. There's no specific prior training. You get all the detailed information when you register to volunteer. But today we want to make sure that people know there are many other ways that you can help besides being on site volunteering. And if we have time, I'd like to highlight 2 of them quickly, but there are many more on our website, happyhelpersforthehomeless.com.
Yep, please do highlight the 2 that you'd like to.
Great, thank you. Well, right now, as I mentioned, all the distributions are prepackaged items only. So we have a tremendous need for donations of non-perishable food right now. Through September 11, we are holding our annual Freedom Harvest food drive, and that's collecting non-perishable food and monetary donations, and all of it goes to the Anne Arundel County Food Bank, with whom we partner. And this particular event is held in honor of the victims and heroes of September 11, 2001. And then the second event is through mid-December. We're calling it our Holiday Adopt a Child event. Usually, Teresa, we distribute literally thousands of toys and gifts during the holiday season, but this year we're not going to be able to hold these large events as we normally do. So we are asking for those who are able to donate one gift and one warm clothing outfit for a child. When you register, we would give you the age and the size information. And again, there's much more information on the website.
So it sounds like for those of you who are listening and think that this is an organization you might want to get connected with, that there are opportunities for you to be of service in person, but also opportunities for you to serve safely from your home, to get your community groups involved virtually or in person. Peggy, so if anyone wants more information, if they want to find out how to contact you all and just figure out what's going on next, how can they reach you?
The best way to access all the contact information is, again, by going to our website, www.happyhelpersforthehomeless.com. It's all one word. It's all lowercase. And I appreciate you mentioning that. We certainly know that many are working or attending school virtually, and you can certainly do community service virtually too. There are many projects on the website: Bag of Breakfast, teen outreach boxes, Sock It To Me, and there's even an opportunity to make monetary donations securely through PayPal.
Thank you, Peggy. And thank you, Happy Helpers for the Homeless, for all that you are doing in the county. If you are interested in more information about this program or Anne Arundel Community College as a resource for volunteerism, contact me at volunteer@aacc.edu. Thank you for listening to the Volunteer Voice on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV.